Hello everyone, it's Real Good Citizen here. It's Wednesday, May 12th, 2021. Just recently saw a video on Secure Team of what appears to be some new activity going on in Phoenix, Arizona. As all of you know, you've heard of the Phoenix Lights. The new reported activity was something like exactly spaced out lights that were equally spaced apart, moving in the same direction at the same speed, like perfection. And they reached out to SpaceX for comment, which they claim that it might have been launching of their satellites, but they don't comment. So what's that tell you? I mean, if they were launching satellites, they'd be like, oh yeah, that was us. But they're not gonna lie, because then it's on them, you know. So this is a total cover-up. I've seen this before. I wasn't able to catch it on video. I've actually seen it on 2 occasions, and it wasn't any satellites because it would have been a lot closer. The Phoenix Lights looked pretty close. I mean, they're pretty big size. The things I saw were the size of stars. I mean, it was out there. That's why I couldn't capture it on my camera. But what I saw was individual lights, or what resembled a star, would come out of a black area in the sky. All right, and they would be perfectly timed. One, and then it would be a nice little space, and then be another one, a nice little space, and then another one. And they just kept coming. We counted over 50 of these things going by. And this happened on 2 separate occasions. When you see it, it's hard to believe. You can't understand what's going on. If I had to guess, it looks to me like a mothership pulled in and was unloading the fleet. There's a lot of things going on that we certainly can't know about. I mean, if you know anything about the light spectrum, we only see less than 1% of anything. 99% of light we cannot see. What does that tell you? That tells you we are completely blind, that our eyes blind us from the real reality that we cannot see or know. And maybe that's what death brings. It's very possible that this all is a test for the next level. Anyway, let's get back on the UFOs. I've seen a lot of stuff. I've actually witnessed a UFO in front of me, right above my head. That was probably the best moment of my life. I wasn't scared, which was kind of shocking to me. I had spent all night out with my laser doing what I do. If you've seen, I got a couple videos out there where I've actually received flashbacks, and I caught that on film, on camera, not film. But those are rare occasions. I've definitely had flashbacks. I've gone outside, I've looked up to the sky, and I said, where are you? Show me where you are. And then all of a sudden, boom, there comes a UFO right across the sky. I truly believe that we are being watched, we are being accounted for, that this could be, I mean, think about it. We could be like a TV for aliens, you know, a drive-in movie theater where they pull up and they watch. I've watched a star come in. Well, I guess it wasn't a star. I watched a UFO come in that looked like a star, and it came just coming in right across the sky, and it just stopped, and it sat there, and it sat there, and it didn't move. It stayed perfectly still. And if you were to walk out and look at the night sky, you would just look up and be like, it's a star. You would have no clue that that was a UFO. So it's so simple. I mean, they could just be, all the stars could be UFOs for all we know. I mean, not all of them, but, you know, some of them. That one night I saw the UFO above my head, actually it was in the morning. I had just wrapped up being outside over 6 hours of sky watching. And probably about 15 minutes before this thing came over my head, I actually saw it come through the atmosphere. There was a white flash off in the distant sky. And it looked to me like something had broke the atmosphere. And I kid you not, this thing must have tracked my laser, because it came right over the hill I was on, right above the tree line of the trees. There's like a row of trees on top of a hill. And it came right over that tree line, and it was a huge ball of light. If I had to guess, it was probably 30 feet wide and a circle circumference. Completely silent. Brilliantly white, and it just went right over the tree line, and it was the most amazing thing I ever saw. I couldn't do anything. If I could have filmed that, I would have probably had 1 million hits on it, easy, but I couldn't do anything. All I could do was stare in astonishment with my jaw to the ground. I don't know. It's just the strangest thing. If you've ever had it happen, you'd know that sometimes you just can't grab your phone and start recording when you're witnessing something that's life-changing and life-altering. I've seen enough stuff in the sky to tell you the UFOs are 100% real. The aliens are 100% real. And I don't doubt one bit that aliens live here on Earth with us, just like we live with our neighbors. I mean, the oceans are unexplored. What, we haven't explored 90% of the ocean? I mean, that's ridiculous. They could literally go out in the middle of the ocean, dive down under the water, go down to their base, come back up, and nobody would ever know the difference. Or they could be underground. I mean, we just surface dwellers. We don't... There's so much unexplored space and things we don't know about. We are a drop in the bucket in space. We're nothing. We're like a dust flake. So to even say that is there life outside of Earth is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Of course there is. I've seen it. You may have seen it. And I think the world is ready. I think we're ready to know the truth, and we're ready to reveal. And it's far time that the technology is released. Okay, we have all the technologies. I truly believe that they want to get rid of most of the people before they start releasing them. Because if we release the technologies that we have now, with the population we have now, it could be disastrous for Earth. Because people would, their life expectancies would expand. And right now we have too many people. And that's what really scares me about all this stuff that's going on right now. You need to think before you act. And don't run into something you probably shouldn't get into. Take your time, step back, and be patient. I appreciate you guys watching. I kind of ran off topic there. That happens. It is what it is. We're talking. So I'm sure I've got 20 more stories to tell, but I don't have the time to do it right now. So until next time, this is, we'll call this Talking with the Real Good Citizen. Guys, take care. Be safe.